very, very closely right now because they are tight.
Extremely tight. A lot of very exciting, frankly, races that we're looking at across the battleground states in the U.S. Senate, starting, of course, with Texas. We keep watching this, and it is getting tighter, but Beto O'Rourke, the Democrat, is still ahead by a little less than 4,000 votes right now. Florida, it is so tight. The Republican challenger, Rick Scott, is still ahead, beating right now the Democratic incumbent, Bill Nelson. Very, very close, less than 60,000 votes between them. Indiana, this could be a heartbreak for the Democrats because the Republican challenger, Mike Braun, is ahead and has been all night long. About 2/3 of the vote in. Joe Donnelly is down significantly there. West Virginia, a very different story. Same in that they're both states where they're Trump country, but Joe Manchin, the Democrat, has been ahead all night there in West Virginia. I also want to check in on Missouri, another state where Trump won by double digits. The Republican is ahead there, Josh Hawley, by a little more than 14,000 votes and about 2% of the vote in, so it's early there. I want to go straight to Nia for a projection of the governor's races.
That's right, Dana. We can make two projections at this point. We'll start in New York. CNN projects that the winner of that race is Andrew Cuomo, the incumbent, of course, going now for his third term, defeating Mark Molinaro in New York. And we'll move on to another race in Texas, closely watched race. CNN projects that the winner of that race is Greg Abbott. Again, he's the incumbent going for a second term, defeating Lupe Valdez in Texas. And let's go now to some other races we've been looking at and can't yet make any projections in at this point. Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. No projections at this point. It's just too early. And we'll go now to these other races we've been watching all night long. Florida, Ron DeSantis in this governor's race, hanging on to a pretty good lead at this point. 89,000 votes at this point over Andrew Gillum, who's trying to become the first African-American governor in Florida. 96% reporting, a lot of votes there separating those two. Let's go to Kansas. This was a race. Laura Kelly at this point over Chris Kobach. Chris Kobach, of course, somebody who Trump endorsed in the primary. He is behind at this point by about 55,000 votes at this point. 34% reporting right now. In Ohio, another race we're watching closely in the Midwest, Ohio, Mike DeWine over Richard Cordray. And this is flipped back and forth all night long at this point. And 80,000 votes at this point, Mike DeWine over Richard Cordray, the Democrat in this race. In Ohio, 45% reporting. Let's go back down south to Georgia. Brian Kemp, 258,000 vote lead at this point, 61%. And you've got Stacey Abrams here, a historic going for history here in Georgia, 32% reporting right now. And we're going to hand you over to Wolf.